Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more Motorsport Manager. So we've gone through the preseason, and now we find ourselves at the beginning of our second season, 11 days away from our first race. And I did a little bit of poking around, and I see when we go to design new part, if we just pick any part here, we lose our progress. So let's say we pick this one. We lose our progress from last year. So in the previous year, we'd worked our way up into good, but we haven't unlocked that for this current season. So you kind of start things over again with the design, the building of parts. And as a result, I think I would like to upgrade my lead designer here. And let's go ahead and go shopping for one. So let's go unemployed, because it doesn't make any sense to offer anyone contracts. I think the one person I would like to go after is Ruby Smith. She's already an upgrade over Ziegler with her current ability, but she also has very great potential. Let's just compare these two together. And currently, he only costs us $64,000 a race, so he's pretty cheap. I don't know how expensive Ruby Smith will be, but I think the upgrade's worth it. And considering that we're significantly behind the other teams in our staff, it probably is time to upgrade that. So let's go ahead and compare these two. So engine, she's much better. Gearbox, the same. Brakes, she's a little bit not so great. Front wing, she's pretty good. Suspension, pretty close. And then rear wing, we're the same. And then her upgrades, we have plus 20 to max, but you get reduction of reliability as a result. Plus 40 to performance, and then again a reduction of reliability. And then finally a bonus to reliability for Epic. And that is compared to reduced build time, additional great component slot, and then finally no condition loss on first race. So I would say most of these bonuses I really am not all that concerned with, and it seems like Ruby Smiths are more valuable. And the main big problem with picking her up is just the fact that she's not particularly good at designing brakes, which is actually something that we are deficient in. So it'd be good if she would be better in that. But again, her potential might be worth it. So let's approach her. Let's see if she's interested. She is. Let's start the negotiations here. Now, we currently are paying Ziegler about $65,000 a race. She wants a medium contract, so we'll give her exactly that. She'd like a nice signing on fee, and wages aren't really important to her, though. Let's see what our maximum is. So our maximum is all the way up there, and our minimum is at $44,000. Well, I at least would like to pay her more than what Ziegler makes, which would be here. Let's say we make it up to $80,000. That's kind of a nice midpoint between 130 and 40. So we'll say 80,000. Give her the contract length. She would like a sign-on bonus. So let's say we give her 200,000 as a sign-on bonus. And bonus size is quite important to me, so we'll add that. And if we finish 5th or above, you can have 70,000. I think I'd be happy with this. I'm not sure how she'll respond to these two. We might be overbidding here, but I think this is a good offer. Let's go ahead and send it. With that being said, though, I don't know if we switch designers, if we will be reset. Like if I design a new part now, I don't know if we'll be reset if we get another designer. And because I don't know that, I think it'd probably be better to just hold off and just improve parts and go from there. So right now we're getting reliability our main focus. All right, I think I'm pretty happy with that. We've offered a lead designer a contract, and we will be spending some money on that because we have a signing bonus to get her, and we also have the termination of Ziegler's contract, which is going to cost us about $350,000. So we're looking at about $500,000 in expenditure to pick her up. But if we get her, I think that would be a great upgrade to our staff. So let's go ahead and continue here. As a matter of fact, speaking of things, we don't have much. Do we still have a bunch of people being scouted? Good. All right, that's good. Let's go ahead and continue. All right, so contract proposal is going to come up here. Okay. We've got a renegotiation. And we're 5 days out. All right, so we have a scout done. Okay, so this is somebody that doesn't really have much potential, even though it says they have potential. Overtake, hates leading. Well, that's not a very good attribute. And then charity. Oh, so this is temporary. Okay. Well, not a necessarily bad driver, just not one that I see any potential with. And I don't really see any stats that are really, really bad. There's some that are really, really good, but... All right. Let's take a look at our contract renegotiation. So she wants more of a signing bonus, and she wants to be paid more. And she lost a lot of her patience in that if she feels insulted. So we didn't, unfortunately, get this balanced. Well, let's see if we can get her here. I'm only going to tick this up to 100,000. I'm not paying her any more than that. Because the max is 130. All right, fine. 106. That's what you're going to make. And signing bonus will give you 300,000. Any more than that, and I refuse to give you that. So we'll see what she has to say about the contract. If she says no, she says no, and that sucks, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and continue. I don't know if we'll get hear back from her before the race. Okay, proposal sent. Let's go to our car and see how the part improvements have been going. So we're up to 50% on a lot of these parts that we're currently improving the reliability of. And I would like to overall improve reliability of parts to kind of keep them on par with each other. So we've got engine reliability here. So this engine's not particularly reliable right now. Let's get that in there. This is below the 50% mark, as is this. And then beyond that, we've got a couple things that are right at 50%. So I'm going to go ahead and base my opinions off of what is crucial here. So looks like engine and gearbox. All right, fine. I'll go with brakes. So we'll improve reliability there. And for whatever reason, this is switched over. Let's do that. I think we had it set up correctly before anyway. All right, now that we've done that, let's go ahead and hit continue again. Okay, we built our brake R&D facility. So let's take a look at that. Now, our headquarters should be pretty darn good compared to the competition. If we come back over to home, we can see our headquarters. We're in second out of all of the teams, which is pretty good. And fortunately, no report back from Ruby. And let's take a look at some other contract negotiations. So we're already talking to her. I have this guy marked. Let's just see him. So he's pretty much 10s across the board except for an 11. So there's going to be some things we lose out on and some things we gain. And then his special abilities are really not great, but overall stats-wise, he's not bad. And he's got good potential. So let's approach him as well and see what he's up to. What is he interested in? All right. So wages are fairly important to me. I prefer a long contract. Well, I'm happy to give you that. I'd like a nice signing bonus. Bonus size is quite important to me. So he pretty much wants everything, right? But his asking price is not quite the same. At the top, he's at 116. And at the bottom, we're at 38. So let's go with, let's say 93 for him. And he wants a signing bonus. Let's give him... Let's give him 200,000. And then here, same thing. 5th or above, you'll get 50,000. And that's pretty much my contract offer for him. I'm going to offer it to him, and we'll see if we get any progress with him. Again, more than likely not going to happen before the next race, but I would like to have a couple contracts out there. And, you know, if we get Ruby to accept, then we can always come in and get Null Day, or however you pronounce this. I have actually no idea how to pronounce his name. Maybe we'll get him instead. All right, we've done that. Let's go on to the race. All right, so we've got some things in the mailbox to take a look at. All right, brakes and RD facility open for Firebird MRT. That's not us, so that's somebody else built a brake and RD. Scouting report finished. Take a look. Okay, another person that has no potential. Media shy, so he has 0% marketability. Okay, so he's content. So he won't ask for a lot of money, and it gives him good morale. And he is also a sim racing enthusiast, which, does Mustafa still have that bonus? Or has it gone away? It has gone away. That's unfortunate. Okay. And then we have another renegotiation. So she's pretty much out of patience here. She's still unhappy with how much I'm paying her, so she's looking at for pretty much a max contract here. You gotta be joking. Alright, well, I'll give her one more chance here. I'll go up to 125, and we'll go 400,000 here. Hell, I'll even go that high, but if she wants any more than that, she can go screw herself. Alright. Send that through. And if I can get the other guy for cheaper, and he's not as big of a pain in the ass as she is, then maybe we'll pick him up instead. Alright, but in any case, it's the day of the race. So, sunny on practice, cloudy during the race, may rain. It's hard to say. We do have 3 tire choices now, so that's going to mean that there's more decisions to make in the race. All right. So our current sponsors, are we good on sponsors out of curiosity? Yeah, we are. So we'll have to redo some after this race. All right. All right, so let's go with 6 or above. I really don't know if that's realistic. As a matter of fact, for the first race, it'd probably be safer to go 12th or above. Just because we're going to have mechanical issues. And I'm not going to be able to guarantee a good finish here. So let's just go with 12th or above. Let's be a little bit safer. And part fitting, I think we're good to go. I probably should have done some switching around of the reliability stuff, but let's just go through here. So, we did manage to get most things into the 50% tile. Well, pretty much everything. Alright, so currently, Boris has the better car, but we're not having an issue with that because we also balanced it by giving Mustafa the better suspension. Because the suspension here is, like, significantly better than the one that we're giving Boris. Alright, I think we're good to go here. So, we'll continue with that. And go to the race. So this is going to be the first race out of 11. So we have an additional race, which is good. That gives us time to improve our cars and improve our team. I don't think that we're going to... This is still going to be a developmental year, at least in my thinking it will be, and we'll probably make a push for promotion in the next season. I think that's a more realistic goal, and as a result, I'm going to really expect that kind of result. Alright, so in practice, I'm actually going to have Shen here drive, just to give her some experience. And then we'll have Mustafa drive. The reason I'm doing this is her feedback is exactly the same as Boris's. And any bonus that she's going to get will transfer over to Boris. So there's no real benefit having Boris run the practice. And we also get experience on a reserve driver. So it gives her some development time as well. All right, so as far as the car setup goes, let's start with Shen's car. So we have her on medium tires, but she's going to have the better car. So to me, that doesn't really make necessarily any sense. And it's not really going to be her car anyway. So we're going to need to come down on downforce. It looks like quite a bit. All right, that looks good about there. That'll be a nice starting point. And handling, we need to stiffen up quite a bit. That looks good to me. Now, the downside is if these changes have actually pushed us the opposite direction we want to go with our acceleration. Just shift that slightly. And let's see if we can, what we can do with balancing. That's probably a good start. And tire choice. Do we go mediums or do we go softs? I say we go softs as our kind of standard tire choice. If I remember correctly, though, wasn't tire wear pretty high on this track? So we might want to go with like a quick pitch strategy. Only keep and go super softs with this particular car. All right, well, I'll think about it. And then Mustafa, we ride normal softs for now. Okay, so same. Wait, hold on a second. I just want to. Yeah, so we have kind of opposite setups here. So we're needing high downforce on Mustafa's car. I still think it's weird how that works sometimes. Okay, so that might be okay for now. And then handling, I think we have to go pretty much the same way we went with the other car. So stiffen it up quite a bit, but then we need to go this way with the gearbox. See, no, I want to go the other way. There we go. All right. That might be a good starting point. I might have gone a little bit too far with the acceleration. As a matter of fact, let's back that off a little bit. Okay, so that's going to be our starting point here. And again, we're going to go with softs with Mustafa's car. So let's confirm that. And I think we're ready to go for the practice. So let's take the practice here. And we'll pause so that we can send them out. So you're good to go. And we'll send you out. And you are good to go as well. I'm not sure if Super Softs is the right move, but we'll see. Now, the one thing about having Shen out is that she's not going to give us good practice time, but what good is practice time? Doesn't really matter to me. What matters is the actual race. So I'm going to keep an eye on tire temps here, because it does give you a good indicator what you would expect to see in the race. And also tire wear. Steering's a bit dodgy, okay. So we need to improve that with Mustafa. Alright, gear ratios are good though for Boris's car. This threw me off a little bit because one of our competitors uses the same color scheme, yellow and black. But we have a different paint scheme. Okay, so he's talking about speed. Alright, so downforce is not right with either cars, I take it. Alright. We're almost halfway through the practice. And we should be pitting after this lap. Alright, handling is good, so she's good on most things. He's not good on anything other than the gear setup, it looks like. The car definitely feels faster. At least Shen's does. Alright, so here's where we're going to be pitting. And we're 13th, 14th. We've got soft tire knowledge. We don't have super softs yet. Okay. I think I'm going to send her back out on the same tires because we've only got 4 minutes. So we're good, very, very poor. So let's send her out. Let's see if we can dial in the downforce a little bit better here. So we just have a little bit, we have to bring it up a little bit. But we want to have put the speed balance and handling back on target. So I'm going to do... I'm going to do that. I think that's a significant enough improvement. All right, for handling, we're going to need to shimmy this around. So that's the wrong direction. That's the right direction. This has really changed the speed balance quite a bit, though. So we're going to have to go top speed. And then maybe... It's going to be tough to get this back on target. Maybe we go that way. And then we do that. I see that isn't quite what I'm looking for. I mean, that gets it pretty darn close to where it was. Maybe we can do a little bit more shimmying here. See, that's not good. It's either we get the speed balance back on or we get the handling back on. It doesn't seem like I can do both perfectly. So we just kind of make a balance. They're just going to be slightly off. Okay, so we're good there. Just send you out on the same tires so that we can get knowledge of it. And Mustafa's going to be coming in soon, so we'll have the view over there. And he's got poor, but he's not very poor in anything, so that means we're not far off, or as far off. Okay, so it looks like we need less downforce, which is kind of what he indicated with his communication. Maybe that's a little bit too much. Let's try that. And then speed balance, it looks like we need to go more towards acceleration, perhaps. Handling, it's hard to say. But let's go a little bit more towards acceleration here. And I'll have to remember 66%. And handling, it looks like we need to go a little harder as well. So do that. We'll go harder. We'll shorten up the gearing. And then I might... Alright, we'll try this. These are kind of marginal improvements overall, but I think this is going in the right direction. And I guess we'll just keep you on the tires that you're on. I might actually get, well, I'm not going to get another level, but we'll just send you out. And we had 66% and I think 71%. So when we come to the race, we'll see how close we are. And away we go. So right now in the practice, we're finishing pretty close to the middle of the pack, which is pretty good. Normally, I finish close to the bottom in practice. And in the past, when I have finished close to the middle of the pack, it has proven to be a good sign. Now, we don't know pole position-wise, where we'll finish, because... Alright, so we actually probably took things in the wrong direction for Mustafa's car, because... Alright, so she's happy now. Question is Mustafa happy? Alright, we have knowledge of super soft tires, that's good. And we have level 2 trim-wise. I don't know if we're going to have time for level 3. I think we're being too aggressive with the wing angles. Alright, he still wants me to back that off, it sounds like. Huh. She's less happy about the gear setup? Well, that was kind of a problem. I couldn't... We were on good there. I hope we really didn't hurt ourselves. Alright, well, there's the end of the practice. So I'm going to take a little bit of a look here our setup. So we finished 13th and 14th, which is not bad for us. Let's go on, though. I guess they actually like our performance. Well, at least that guy did. This guy didn't. Yeah, so only one person liked our practice for whatever reason. All right, let's go ahead and continue here. Again, I don't care if I win practices. Now, the big thing here is just dialing the setup of the car. I think I'm going to hold off the actual race until the next video, but we'll go ahead and pick our bonuses. So, Boris is going to take race trim for sure. And I guess we'll go super softs. We'll try and do a more aggressive pit strategy with him. And then over here, we'll do... we now have 2 levels of mechanic improvements. So we've got Risk Taker. Fast pit stops now have a 15% risk chance. Reduced risk chance. So, you know what? Let's take that. And then we'll just take the race trim. It'd probably be nice to take the engine thing too, because that means that we could push the engine and not hurt the reliability. But I think this is a little bit better for us. And I'm really happy to have this bonus now, because this is a fantastic bonus. All right, we'll confirm those changes. Or those selections. Now the car is set up. So I made the acceleration worse by the changes I made. But I don't remember in what direction they were moved. So we're still bad with the car balance as far as the... all right, we'll change this. It looks like we need to continue increasing the downforce here. Okay, I'm not going to go too crazy. And we are at 75%, so we definitely improved things. But it looks like we need to go in this direction to kind of bring back things into the proper zone. And that should probably make the changes fine. I could try and balance it a little bit better. But I think that's as good as she's going to get. And it definitely appears that going in this direction was the wrong direction. So this should be better, I'm hoping. And then tire choice, we're going to have you run super softs. That was the plan. And that is good. We'll confirm you. And then over here, we're actually worse. And I think it's mostly speed balance that is the problem. Because from what I can see there, we definitely need to bring that up. So I obviously took this in the wrong direction, and we needed it more in this direction. Handling, I really can't tell which way to take it. I'm thinking maybe we, again, made things worse rather than better. So I'll make that change. Downforce we're okay with, and I'll take okay. So hopefully these changes will make Mustafa's car better. But I am taking quite a bit of a risk doing this. And then tire choice, we'll go with the super softs just because we have that more aggressive pit strategy thing that we can do. With that in mind, though, we probably don't want to have both our drivers running super soft. So I'll confirm him, but I'll come back and I'll change this setup. As a matter of fact, I'll change the bonus too. Let's go softs and confirm that. And then let's come back up to here and let's change his bonus. We'll take it off super softs and we'll give him softs. The reason I'm doing this is because it's really bad to have your drivers on the same pit strategy because you get a bottleneck in the pits. If they both pit at the same time, one driver has to wait for the other, which is terrible. So it's much better, in my opinion, to have a different pit strategy and have different tires so that you know that they're going to be coming in on different laps at, different times. So I'm going to go with this chiefly for that reason. And I think it makes more sense to have Mustafa drive the more aggressive style because of his fast pit stops. So we'll do that. In any case, I think this is going to be a good point to go ahead and take a cut in the video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner signing out.